been very pleased of how we executed the football game this past Saturday. I thought we played clean football in all three phases. Anytime you play an option team that limits your possessions, we have 11 possessions. We had 7 touchdowns, and then I think our defense played excellent assignment football. All last week was about the quarterback, the dive, the pitch, and they rushed the ball for 2.9 yards per carry with a shutout. So overall, pleased. Got some chance to get some guys some playing time that hasn't played in the past, and that game was what we needed as a program, coming off 4 emotional games to be able to play a game that you were in charge of the game the whole time. So we watched the game last night, moved on to Texas State for our on the road and conference play.
Sean, you had, in addition being in control of the game, you got to control your rotations a little bit too. You got some starters, maybe some rest. What's the health report for this week, injury-wise? Anybody that's been missing that you might be expecting back?
Christian Wells, he practiced yesterday, so he's probably probable for this week. We'll know more by Wednesday if he's ready to play this week. Cooper Hodges was able to get some time off from the game. He played one game in the third quarter, was out the fourth, and it was just a chance to get those guys some rest, especially talk the offensive line, tight ends. They played every single snap of the season up until the Citadel. So to be able to get those guys a chance to get a blow and get ready for conference play was big for us.
Nate Noel did not make an appearance on Saturday. You know, where do you assess his current status?
He's fine. He was ready to play on Saturday, and we held him for precautionary reasons, and he was out there yesterday practicing, and we expect him to be a big part of the game plan this weekend.
When it comes to the middle 8, you always really emphasize trying to make sure that the team is productive during that time. And I know it's still, even on Saturday, didn't match up to your standard there, what you're looking for. You know, is that one of those things where you feel like maybe the guys have started to maybe press a little bit? Are they trying too hard? What do you see in there that you think is kind of causing that little lapse right there in the middle of the game?
I wish I had the answer for you, but it's something we talk about on a daily basis here. That's a big part of the game as you look into it. And if you look back on our first 4 games of the season, we weren't very good in the second quarter on defense, and we weren't very good in the third quarter on offense. And so that kind of tells your story of how our seasons went. We were -4 and -3 in the losses, and we were even and +4 on our wins. So that was a big point of emphasis going into the week. I know our coaches talked about it on the sideline. Our players were talking about it. And, again, you don't want to make too big a deal of it, but it is a big deal. And I know we'll get that corrected going forward.
I'm interested to know, when you guys went in and did the team film study from the Citadel game, was there any creative commentary around Kanye Roberts' first career touchdown, where not only did he make his way through the Citadel defense, but he dragged Brady McBride with him into the end zone?
Yeah, I'm not sure who got the credit for that. Anybody know? Kanye got it. It was supposed to be a pull, but again, freshman mistake, I guess. But he had great ball security, so we had 4 hands on the ball, so our odds of scoring were very good.
As you guys have started in on the Texas State scouting, obviously a familiar face in a different place with Wayne Hatcher at quarterback there. Has his entry into that system changed anything they're doing? It looks like their play calling is pretty balanced down there. What are you guys seeing from Texas State?
Well, first of all, it's going to be great for us as a program to get back on the road after 3 home games in a row, playing in front of our fans. It'd be good for us to get on a normal schedule, if you travel, if you will. But, you know, we got a lot of respect for Jake and what he's done for a program down there. He's a fantastic football coach, and he has the offense playing at a high level right now. But the quarterbacks, he's new. We know about him from Arkansas State, but Jake's going to run what he runs, and they're good at what they do. And so we have our work cut out for us this week as we travel to Texas State, and I know we'll have a great week of practice.
I know you touched on it in your opening statement, but your first 4 games decided by 4 points or less. And to have success in those games, I know that does a lot for the team's confidence. But when you do have a game where you are in control from start to finish, does that just do something different for the team's confidence?
I think so. I think it kind of reset us as a program. We can push the reset button and to go back and again, those first 4 games were tough, and we knew that going into the season that these first 4 games were going to be tough opponents. And but again, I think that prepared us for conference play. And the one loss versus James Madison, it was tough. It was tough to swallow. Again, they had a great football team. We didn't play our very best, and I think it kind of reset us to make sure we go 1-0 every week. And this conference got a lot tougher with those teams in our conference, especially the East. But I look forward to watching our kids play. I know our kids, they had a lot of excitement to them yesterday at practice. They're excited to get on the road and play another good conference team.
Sean, you mentioned the quarterback and just their personnel. Just offensive identity-wise, can you break down a little bit about what Texas State does?
Yeah, they're more balanced than they have in the past. It's if you watch the first 3 games or 4 games and you watch the James Madison game, it's probably a little bit more run oriented in the James Madison football game, but he does a great job of different personnel groupings to run the football. They like to run the GT counter, and they like to run the stretch play and inside zone. So, but again, he does a great job of keeping you off balance, and a lot of the same plays, different formations, different looks they give you, and our defense will do a great job this week as we prepare for Texas State.
Can you assess a little bit what stands out about Texas State's defense when you see them on film?
Well, if you look at the numbers, they're excellent on defense. They're the top 50 in the country on defense, and Coach Spavital brothers, the defensive coordinator, has been there the whole time with them, and they have some transfers that's made a difference in their program. The way they play, their front 7 are just as good as anybody will play all year long. That's concerning because the way they pierce the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a bigger offensive line this week. And again, their corners have gotten better. And again, with the transfer, Jake's went out and really improved his football team to play at a high level, and you can see that on tape.
If I'm remembering correctly, I feel like there's a practice maybe last year or 2 years ago with Michael Hessel where you were really complimentary about the future you thought he had in this program. And can you kind of just chart the journeys? He's been around the program for a while, and this is his first year to really make some on-field contributions.
Yeah, we're very pleased with Michael Hessel, the way he's came in, and he keeps getting better and better. And I remember back probably the first year he was here, I told him just be patient, your time will come. And whenever he's in the football game, he makes plays. And we're going to put our playmakers on the field. And that's a deep receiver room right now. And we're playing 8-9 receivers a game. And Deshaun Davis, he's had a fantastic season thus far. Christian Horn, Christian Wells, and you adding Caden Robinson into the mix, and Dalton Stroman. But whenever you get a chance to get in the game, he makes plays. That's good to see. And just his work ethic, when he came here, he played receiver. He was a scout team quarterback, scout team receiver, and really wanted to be a great team player. So I'm excited to where Michael is right now, and I think the best is yet to come.
Sean, when it comes to making playing decisions, you've had some true freshmen who have kind of found their way onto the field, especially the last 2 games. Talk a little bit about that process that you guys go through of determining, like you said, you're going to put the best players on the field, and if that's a true freshman, then so be it. But, you kind of run that balance between, all right, let's get these guys in the game, let's see what they've got, but let's also balance that against understanding using the red shirt, not using it. How do you guys go about that discussion?
Well, again, each player gets 4 games. He can still redshirt for 4 games. We made the decision that Ethan Johnson, he will play this year. We're not going to redshirt Ethan Johnson. And Donovan Spellman, we made the decision he's going to play this year. We were going to put Ryan Berger in the game this past weekend, but the way the game played out, we had one play in the third quarter, and we had to get Brady in there to get some reps for our backup position. And then I wasn't going to put Ryan there to waste one snap and one game to take a knee for victory offense. So I like our freshmen. A lot of those guys were here this past spring and really earned the right to play. So as long as they keep performing and keep playing at a high level, they'll continue to play.